Hi all, welcome to my La Liga team of the season predictions video. This one will be interesting to, I would say, compared to what I've seen so far. I've kind of tried to hold off a little bit and see what people go with, but we'll see how ours go, take it from there and see what we come up with. So, as I said, my predictions might be slightly different to a few's, but we'll see how this plays out. So in net is Ter Stegen. If anyone is thinking anyone else like Courtois, he will likely be the second choice goalie, but Ter Stegen should be first choice whatever happens. He's broken the clean sheets record in a domestic season, so fair play to Ter Stegen on achieving it. Yet people are still going Courtois, which makes no sense. I think a lot of it is due to team of the year. He got team of the year, he automatically gets team of the season. No, Ter Stegen's been the best goalie in the league with the amount of clean sheets, and that is what gets him the spot as a result. Courtois and Oblak would probably be second and third shouts, but Ledesma is definitely deserving up there as well, simply due to how well he has played for Cadiz, but league position is what goes against him, sadly. In terms of defenders, quite a wide mix. Trying to justify who is part of the challenge, obviously, but from Koundé, Molina, Arnaud Martinez, Eder Militao, Lenormand, Jimenez, David Garcia, Pau Torres, Jose Gaya, Javi Galán, Balde, Goodledge and Uri. I would say personally the kind of like the two locks, as it were, feel like Koundé and Eder Militao. Then your other two is certainly up for debate. Like Uri's been decent. Balde's just a bit young. He might be one of your under 23 top SBCs maybe. Lenormand's been consistent. Molina's been consistent. I think what goes with Molina is the showdown. That's what people will think. But like for me personally, like I want to go like Pau Torres and Uri personally. Like that's where I'm kind of like I'm thinking 4 centre halves. Like I don't feel Gaya's deserving simply because of Valencia's league position. Jimenez has been steady but not spectacular. Girona have been good, but I don't feel Arnaud's deserving enough. But I could be wrong. As I said, it's just a little bit different, but this is my personal opinion on what I've seen of the league this season. Bilbao does definitely deserve a few tots with how they have played this season. In terms of midfield, this is, I can tell right away, the ones that have been added, quite a few are because of promo cards, but then they've added the actual genuine contenders. Now, for me personally, Frenkie will probably be in there. Does Modric get in? Doubt it. Valverde, and then probably Parejo is, like, in my opinion, probably the three of if you like to go by, say, three most, not necessarily most likely, but at the same time, it's like you've got to remember FIFA's like EA, like, even with what we go with, we'll still kind of like Cruz, Canales, Pedri, Modric. Like, yes, Cruz, Modric have been class throughout the season. Like, you've also got to remember from a form perspective, like Parejo has been consistent for Villarreal all season, De Jong has been consistent for Barca, and Valverde has been consistent domestically and continentally for Real Madrid. Brave Mendes is in, I think, also, even though he's been good this season, a lot of it is also because of his road to the final card. Pedri's just because of the amount of special cards he's earned. Yes, he's had a good season, but I just don't feel he deserves in. Gabriel Vega, I think, will be there or thereabouts. He's had a good stint for Celta Vigo, but as another with Balde, he could easily be an SBC. Gavi could be there or thereabouts. Camavinga's been pretty consistent through the season, played really well lately at left back. Obviously, in that recent team of the week, that's what probably helps that case. But like at the same time, does he deserve getting in? Nico Williams been pretty consistent, like his brother, all season. Easy for Vallecano has been a bright spot, as well as Alvaro Garcia. Kangan Lee, I think, could run close. He could be a moments SBC or objective. and Alex Garcia, definitely another one deserving of a spot. I just feel the midfield three, the main three will be the three. Then it becomes a case of like does Cruz and others kind of like feature, but you know what EA are like, they just don't make it easy for us. It's like they add a lot of not necessarily undeserving cards, it's like cards that's like gonna cause a bit of hassle, I suppose. In terms of attackers, the main three I'm leaning towards at the moment are Benzema, Lewandowski, and then when we get to him is Griezmann. They feel like my main three. In fact, if you want it to be like, Vinicius is definitely going to be in anyway. It's just a case of like if we were to go by like ratings, as it were, you would go Vinicius, Griezmann, Vinicius, Benzema, Lewandowski. Like double digits in goals and assists for Vinicius is class. Ines Ronaldo deserves to be in there, Joselu deserves to be in there, like pretty much every forward deserves to be in contention for a TOTS. Like Mariki, I would love, same with Kang and Lee, both if they were to feature I'd be delighted. Like the thing is, like Unal, Joselu, Mariki, they've all got like about basically the same amount of goals, like a dozen plus goals, and it just makes it more interesting of like who deserves and who doesn't deserve in. And we'll see how that goes. Obviously, like I think your main four is going to be Vinicius, Griezmann, Benzema, Lewandowski. It then just becomes a case of however many players EA decide to actually do for a team. That is what's going to be the challenge, as it were, because if they make it like a 15-man team, then I think we'll go of the mindset of like, if it's 4-3-3, you'll probably get 5 forwards, or 4 forwards, 4 mids, or 5 mids and like 4 defenders, or 4 defenders, 5 mids, 5 forwards and 1 goalie or something. But see what happens, I suppose. It's just EA just don't make it easy anymore. Like days of a 23-man squad sadly are non-existent. It's because like a 23-man squad with all 4 areas, when you look at what the players are on offer, it would be so much easier, because you would then say, you could say for your 3 goals you could do Courtois no black, and if you're keeping content you do Ledesma. The defenders, you'd have a field day with like Balde, like Lenormand, Jimenez, Molina. If you wanted, you'd literally be able to do a player from each position. You could take like one youngster from, say, like defenders, mids and attackers, because you could say Gabri Vega or Nico Williams even, sorry. Say, right, you've got Balde, Nico Williams, and obviously you can't do it from a forwards perspective, you could, because like unless you do Dembele, I suppose, for a relative, like one of the younger options. But yeah, I feel like EA just only scratched the surface, even with Team of the Season, which is kind of sad really, but shows what we work with nowadays. But let me know, folks, in the comments down below who you think will get in all your Team of the Season. As I say, my prediction is just completely, maybe a little bit different to some, but it is what it is. So have a good one, folks, stay easy, all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.